If you've ever looked at your patio or a small outdoor space and thought, I would love to grow food there, I just don't know what would actually work, this video is for you. I just planted my first GreenStalk Vertical Planter in the middle of summer heat here in Upstate South Carolina, and it's reminding me of something I wish more people knew. You don't need a big garden to grow a surprising amount of food. Over the last few years, I went from 28 raised beds on 3.5 acres to building a garden that actually fits my life. In this video, I'll show you how I set this planter up, what I planted as a complete GreenStalk beginner, and how I keep everything growing through the summer heat. I'm in Zone 8A in Upstate South Carolina, so I'm right in the middle of summer heat right now. We have around 140 days until our average first frost date, which happens around late October to mid-November. The first thing I want to talk about is setting up the GreenStalk. I have it here on my patio, and this patio is a really special space to me. I painted it this spring with a design that I absolutely love, and I've been adding beautiful pots with flowers and herbs, and this GreenStalk is an extension of all of that. It's not just practical, it's beautiful. And after years of a garden that was too big where I didn't have the bandwidth for adding anything personal, having something that grows real food and brings me peace and enjoyment is everything right now. Now, GreenStalk sent this to me to try, and I'm also an affiliate for them, which means if you choose to get one using my link in the description, you'll save money on your order while supporting the channel. Everything I am sharing here is my real experience as a first timer with this planter, and I absolutely love it so far. The first thing you need to know is that you need high quality potting soil. Not garden soil, not topsoil, and not raised bed mix. You need fluffy, lightweight potting soil, and the reason that matters is that GreenStalk's watering system works by moving water through the center of the planter down to each tier, and it needs soil that drains well for that to happen the right way. The soil I use is Happy Frog potting soil, and I love it because it drains really well, but it's also rich in nutrients that'll naturally feed your plants for the first few months before you need to start adding fertilizer. I know this because I've been using it for years for seed starting too, and it's just a really forgiving, reliable soil. Each tier of the original GreenStalk holds 1 cubic foot of potting soil mix, so for a 5-tier planter like this, you're looking at 5 cubic feet total. I grabbed 3 of the 2 cubic foot bags, so I had a little bit left over, which is always nice. So you fill each tier all the way to the top without packing it down because compressing the soil actually interferes with how the water moves through it. The assembly is genuinely so easy. You stack each tier and the feet interlock with the tier below, which keeps everything secure, and the weight of the soil is what holds it all together. So it is going to feel a little bit wobbly when the tiers are empty, and that is completely normal. So once everything is filled and stacked, your water reservoir goes on top, and that's where the magic happens that saves so much time and guesswork with watering. One of the reasons I was so excited to try this system is that watering is one of the biggest struggles people run into with container gardening, especially during summer heat. So you just fill the top reservoir and let it do its job. You'll know the bottom tier has water when you see a little drip from the bottom of the planter. I also add liquid fertilizer right into the top reservoir when I water, so I'm feeding every tier every time I water with it. I'll link everything I'm using in the description below so it's easy to find. One more setup tip that made a real difference for me is if you're planting transplants like I did, which are small plants that I bought at the farmer's market, I found it easier to plant them before everything is stacked, and then I planted the seeds while I was sitting in a chair after it was stacked. So I did a mix of both. The second thing I want to talk about is what I actually put in this planter. And I want to be upfront with you, I am a GreenStalk newbie. This is my first one. And before we go any further, I want to invite you into this with me because I know a lot of you already grow with the GreenStalk and have probably way more experience than I do. So if you're watching and you see something that I should try differently, or you have a tip that changed things for you, please leave it in the comments because I would love for your experience to help other people who are just getting started too. I've been growing food for over 20 years, and since this is a new tool for me, I wanted to approach it the way that I'd encourage you to approach anything new, which is by choosing things that give you quick wins while you're still getting to know how it all works. Quick wins build confidence, and confidence keeps you going. Honestly, that's something I wish I'd understood years ago. When I had 28 raised beds, I thought success meant growing more. And after that learning experience, I now understand that success means creating a garden that you can actually sustain. Whether you're growing in a GreenStalk, a raised bed, or a few containers, that's really what gardening success comes down to. And that's actually the whole goal behind the one-on-one coaching sessions that I've just opened up. I would love to meet with you face to face in a video call and help you get the garden that you've always wanted set up in a way that fits your life perfectly so that you can finally just walk outside, harvest real food, and eat something that you grew yourself. And if you'd prefer to work at your own pace, I also have a course that I created that takes you through everything step by step, from designing your space all the way to maintaining your space organically, and that link is in the description too. For my first GreenStalk, I intentionally chose plants that are quick to mature, easy to harvest right away, and forgiving enough that I can learn as I go. On the very top, I have 4 kinds of basil: purple basil, Thai basil, regular sweet basil, and lemon basil. I found all of them at my local farmer's market as small transplants, and I planted them at the top because basil loves heat and sun, and the top of the planter gets the most of both. One of the most important things to know about basil is that you have to harvest it consistently, because the more you cut it back, the bushier and more productive the plant becomes. I've been harvesting from mine since the day I planted it, and those plants are thriving. I also tucked flowers into the top tier that I found at the market, and it's a type that attracts butterflies, and it just makes the whole planter feel alive in a way that makes me want to go outside every single morning. Below the basil, I have a tier of flowers, and then below that, I have parsley and lettuce, and all the rest are lettuce. So the majority of my pockets are lettuces, and they're slow bolt lettuces that I direct sowed from seed. I planted 3 varieties, and I chose all of them because they're bred to hold up longer in summer heat without bolting. Bolting is when a plant rushes towards producing seeds rather than leaves, and the flavor turns bitter when it happens. So choosing slow bolt varieties in the summer is one of the most important decisions you can make if you want to actually enjoy what you grow. I'll put all 3 variety names in the description so you can check them out. One thing worth knowing about placing your plants is that GreenStalk recommends putting your larger plants on the lower tiers and your smaller plants towards the top so that the bigger ones don't shade out what's growing above them. And I thought through mine pretty carefully because I wanted to make sure everything had what it needed. And honestly, my basil up at the top may provide a little bit of afternoon shade to the lettuce below it as everything grows, which in summer heat is not a bad thing. The third thing I want to talk about is how I'm actually managing this planter in summer heat, because this is where I made some intentional decisions that I think are worth sharing, especially if you're thinking about trying this when you're in the middle of summer heat. The biggest thing I did was position my GreenStalk on the north-facing side of my house, and my planter is on a spinner. And it's just a base with wheels that lets you rotate and move it easily. So that spinner has been one of the most practical things about this whole setup, because I've been able to move it into shade or sun depending on what the plants need at different stages. Here's why that mattered for my lettuce specifically. Lettuce seeds germinate best when the soil stays cool, and in upstate South Carolina in the summer, that means keeping the planter in the shade until those seeds actually sprouted. I kept mine on the shaded north side of the house during germination, and it worked beautifully. Once the seeds sprouted, I started moving it in more morning sun and out of the harsh afternoon heat whenever I could, because lettuce wants light to grow strong and upright, but it doesn't love being baked in the afternoon summer sun. When I was watering during the germination stage, I used a gentle misting sprayer because the seeds are just under the surface of the soil and they dry out quickly, but you also don't want to displace them with too much force all at once. So a light misting worked perfectly. Once the seedlings were established, I switched to filling the top reservoir the way GreenStalk's watering system is designed to work, and from there it distributes moisture to every tier at the same time. I also do a quick check of the soil before watering each time, just pressing my finger into the soil to feel whether it's still moist below the surface, because the top layer can look dry when there's still plenty of moisture underneath. I added some rice hulls on top of the soil as a mulch to help keep the soil moist, and that helped keep the soil cooler when I was waiting for the lettuce seeds to germinate. I like using rice hulls in smaller containers like this because they're easy to apply and they don't take up a lot of space like other types of mulch do. I'm planning to harvest my lettuce as baby leaf lettuce in the next couple of weeks, cutting the leaves an inch or 2 above the base of the plant so that they grow back and keep producing. And I'm already thinking about what comes next in this planter, because by mid-August I'll be transitioning into my fall garden plantings where I live, and I have things in mind for these pockets that are going to carry me through fall and into early winter. That's a whole separate video, and I can't wait to show you that progression. For anyone who wants to try something besides herbs and lettuce in the summer, cucumbers are a great quick maturing option, and they grow really well in a GreenStalk vertical planter, bush varieties especially. GreenStalk also has plant supports available for plants like that, and I'll link those in the description. The reason quick maturing food plants work so well in the heat is that they reach harvest before the hardest part of the season really sets in, and then you have the added bonus of having space ready to transition into fall planting right when you need it. And the honest truth is, I chose to start with what I knew would give me easy wins as a complete GreenStalk newbie. I didn't try to do everything at once, and I picked plants I trusted in the heat, set the planter up in a spot where I could manage it, and now I'm watching it grow and I'm learning how it responds. That's the approach I'd encourage you to take too, whatever you're growing, wherever you're starting. You don't have to have it all figured out before you begin. You just have to start with something that you can tend. If you're ready to stop figuring out your garden alone and just want someone to help you build a plan that actually fits your life, my intentional garden session is a 60-minute one-on-one coaching call where we do exactly that. The link to book is in the description too. The next video on your screen goes more into growing lettuce in the heat, which would be a great one to watch if you're thinking about planting lettuce in your GreenStalk right now. See you in the next one.